Alright, the next one is Marianne Chen, the adorable lady in the suit. Well, not
And
suit,
the organ smugglers.
Oh, this sounds fun. Marianne Chen has written a confession of some sort. It might be a good fit for Danny's book. Read the story and authenticate it. Let's see. The organ smugglers. I don't like my chances of surviving. The cold, the freaky creatures, and the complete lack of response from home base are telling me one thing. Don't expect to get out of here anytime soon. The rest of the team is gone and they are tourists? People passing by, wanting to help but mostly wanting to get on with it. I can't tell you what kind of secret world I have stumbled into, but this isn't my first peek through the curtains. I'm freaking myself out mostly, and though everything seems to indicate that I will be okay if I stay here at the camp and I somehow manage to keep finding food, I just have a feeling, you know. I don't want to die, but if I'm going to, I want to face whatever comes with a clear consciousness. The operation in New Orleans, it has become an urban legend for good reason. For the part that I played in covering it up, I'm sorry. This is what I remember of that night. Consider it a confession. Marianne Chen. New Orleans has always been a haunted town. I don't believe in ghosts. I never have. But New Orleans is the place where you could believe in ghosts, if anywhere. It's the violence and the history, the crowding and the crowds, and the dead. Always the dead. This was Mardi Gras, and the streets were full of drunk tourists, drowning their desperate lives in pints of liquor and glimpses of flesh traded for cheap plastic beads. In the alleyways, shadows shaped like men preyed on the drunk and gullible, relieving them of money, IDs, and consciousness. Not necessarily in that order. My small team had been sent down from Atlanta, most of us still in training, to get some field experience. I didn't know anyone in the group except Michael Venderman, a biology major like myself. The others were from all over the various disciplines, and our chaperone on this little field trip, Mark Davies. Davies was also from some part of the center that I'd never visited, some sort of specialist. None of us really had a clue what we were doing there, though Venderman had a theory that we were going to try and chart the spread of STD over the course of the week. He volunteered to be Subject Zero, of course. Venderman was someone you could always count on to be idiotic. Davies let us get settled into our lodgings, a shitty little bed and breakfast in the French Quarter, and then he briefed us in the entry hall about the real work we were supposed to be doing there. The authorities are concerned. You may or may not have heard the rumor about this supposed organ smuggling ring operating out in New Orleans. Maybe you've seen them emails? He waited, but nobody had. We are mostly here as a precaution. The black market in organs barely exists in the United States, and the complication of long-range organ transport are beyond all but the most wealthy of criminal cartels. The district police commander asked whether the CDC have a presence here in case anything does happen. We'll be patrolling in plain clothes. Keep an eye out for anything suspicious, and keep your identification handy in case the police find something. They've been given orders to expect a presence. Any questions? Venderman raised his hand. Alone, sir, or you can partner up. That'll probably be the best way of stopping you getting too wasted, Venderman, Davies said. Venderman winked at me and I rolled my eyes. I knew where this was going. 6 hours and uncountable shots later, Venderman was a mess. I wasn't drinking, figured that one of us had to stay sober in case we saw any random kidney harvesting going on. We were holed up in a bar on Bourbon Street, trying to avoid the crush of the crowd and holding a shouted conversation over the racket. I'm telling you, she was into me, Venderman was shouting. She was a prostitute, she was into your wallet, I yelled back. Bah! Venderman sprayed his derision. You're just jealous. Of a hooker? Oh yeah? Seen anything yet? It was Davies, elbowing his way through the crowd to our table. He was carrying 3 glasses of beer, which he slammed down on the table. We've seen lots of tits, and a bunch of a few glasses, but no kidney smuggling, sir. Venderman replied loudly. Davies swore and looked around, but nobody seemed to have heard Venderman or his din. Why aren't you supposed to keep him sober? Davies asked me. I cocked an eyebrow. Him? I'm not sure if the Pope could manage that, sir. Davies pushed the drinks across the table. Venderman grabbed him immediately, upending it. Davies gave him a disgusted look and raised his glass to me. I raised mine in polite reply. To field work, he said. We drank deeply. Afterwards, we dragged Venderman out of the bar and kept walking the streets. It doesn't make sense. Gasping, I wiped my mouth. The contents of my stomach lay splattered across the cobblestone in front of me. It was later, much later, and was dizzy and sick, but still not drunk. It has always signs of gastro. I know you haven't been drinking, Jen, he said upon me. Nearby, Venom was curled into a fetal position, snoring loudly. No, I mean, these organs, thieves, you'd need equipment. Sterile equipment and at least a couple of competent surgeons. And the right blood type and time. Lots and lots of time. Surgery like that takes hours. It doesn't make sense. I collapsed to my knees again. They could see Davies moving over to check a Miniman. You're right. Equipment and surgeon. Who has those? I passed out. When I came to, my head was aching and my arm was numb, presumably because I had been lying on it. I was lying on a metal bench in what was quite clearly an operating theatre. The cyan logo of the Valley Group was imprinted on the walls. Gathered around the operating table in the center of the room was a small group dressed in blue scrubs and wearing elbow-length plastic gloves. As I watched unmoving, they were lifting a glistening organ from an incision in the back of the patient, who lay face down on the operating table. The nearby machine sounded their tone steadily to indicate that all was well. Carefully, the organ was lifted and carried over to the bench where I lay. It was lifted into an icebox, down near my feet, and I must recall it made some movement because one of the masked figures cried out, "She's awake! Secure the cargo! Don't worry about her!" It was Davies. He pulled off his mask. "Easy now, Chen, just lie there. We'll finish harvesting Venderman and we'll be on our way." "What is this? Who are you?" "You don't work for the CDC." "We work with the CDC." "How do you think we knew that Venderman had the right blood type?" Davies gestured. "How do you think we got to borrow such excellent surgeons so quickly?" "I don't understand." "And you won't. We're interested in only one thing. Venderman. He has what we need. You were just in the wrong place at the wrong time." "But I'll tell the police. I'll tell them about you." "About who?" "Davies?" "That's fiction." "This field trip? Also a fiction. As far as the CDC is concerned, you and Venderman ran off without permission for a week of Mardi Gras. And even they didn't? We have people in the CDC. We have people in the police. Now, here's what happens next. I woke up in the CD hotel room and it was just like Davies, or the man who I knew as Davies, had said. My suitcase and everything I'd brought with me to New Orleans was near the door. I crept into the bathroom. Venderman was lying, heavily sedated in a bathtub full of ice. There was blood slowly seeping from the incision in his back. In the fitful flickering of the bulb, he looked pale but peaceful. I turned to the sink where a tube of lipstick lay open on the bathroom counter. I picked up the lipstick and with trembling hand began to write just as I had been instructed. "Do not move or you will die. Take the phone next to the bathtub and call 911. Your life depends on it." And then I left the hotel and returned to my life. Just as I had been instructed.
Wow, dark.
Yeah.
Wow. I feel like ripping someone's throat out.
What? Well, if that Davies guy is here, let's go do it. Come on.
Yeah, just let me check the map real quick. Where was it? Yeah, apparently she spotted the guy in the region. That must be why she thought of the story. So you'll get your wish, Rana.
Alright, you with us,
Let's
Given?
beat the crap out of the guy.
Yay!
Violence!
But yeah, that story was, you know, creepy. But creepy in that way that you could possibly imagine that it could happen with certain unscrupulous people. Unscrupulous. Isn't that how you pronounce it?
Yeah.
But my point here is, why didn't they at least just say, "No, you can't, partner"? That way, they could just have taken Venderman. He brought another person into the person, and I don't get why.
Maybe it would seem suspicious if they just went, "No, you can't. You have to go alone and be vulnerable." Alright, so it's over here. So he should be in a nearby house.
Maybe.
Well, that's what it says. Search nearby house.
Nice.
Sorry, I didn't know that happened. My ball.
It's okay.
And I get... Ooh, a sugar skull.
Okay, seriously, Leaf Cobra. Stop picking up and let
I rolled a 95! Is there an entrance?
There's a dead guy lying there.
I seem to have pissed off a hacker. And a falling undead. Huh. Don't think we've been finding these guys before.
Who would freeze an... Who would try to freeze an undead?
Oh dear. Better hacker.
Okay, we're looking for clues. Oh! Cellar!
Guys?
Oh, that's a fun picture.
I can't go with you. I have to go back to where she spotted him.
Oh, didn't you get it?
Apparently not.
Oh, we'll wait for you, don't worry. Nobody
Same
move.
with me. Same with me. I'm going to follow Givinia and then I'm going to go back to you guys.
Okay, we'll wait in here.
Okay, I got it. I apparently run past the cross the last time.
There, click. And now we go back down there.
Alright. So I'll just stay here and not move in the slightest.
Good.
I can do that.
Enter the basement. Yes, I want to enter the basement.
Yeah, that's not a comforting
Yeah.
picture.
These guys would probably want us to stay out of the basement, but I say we stay into the basement.
You mean we enter and infiltrate it?
Yes, but that would make grammatical sense.
I see. But geez, there's a lot of blood.
And I'm here.
So am I.
Given here, you with us? Good. Okay, let's see.
It's pretty dark down here, I have to say.
They already got...
Why can't I move? Oh, now I can move.
Alright. And it would seem...
Wait. What the hell is wrong with my... Apparently I'm stalking the scenery.
Oh, now I moved.
There.
Okay. So as we're saying, unfortunately it seems like we already got to another poor son, and this guy didn't survive. So what else can we see?
Defeat the
Look out!
orc and harvester.
Die, scum!
At least now we've killed some of the guys who do this shit.
Yep.
No,
Oh,
I still
right.
have to defeat the orc and harvester.
Apparently we all have to do this.
Well, then I'll check the thing.
And now, after this...
This doesn't
I
make
will-
sense. I also still have that part.
Let me just read below for a moment. Once upon a time, there was a bathtub. There was lipstick. There was a mirror. There were words. The red stained ice cubes clinked. You know the story, or so you think. There are devils in the details. Oh crap, there's more of them incoming! There are ghosts of guilt haunting the silence, Miss Chin. Miss Chin, oh, won't you confess? Right. So we should probably expect another team to be coming in once they notice that all the other guys have been going down here has been vanishing.
Right, so they're probably going to come for each of us picking up that thing. And I might as well spend the time taking up the law. Or picking up the law.
I don't think it's for each of us picking up the thing, because I still have to defeat the Organ House. But what I think is the teams are here, and they're suddenly noticing that every time that guys go down here, there's fireworks and then nobody comes up.
Well, we're just waiting for the next batch then.
Right, so it's been a 9-man team until now. Well, I know it takes some
The more
time.
these fuckers we take care of, the better.
Yep.
They're creepy.
A what?
See, I say they're creepy.
Yep. Who would know that some of the most creepy stuff we'd encounter this Halloween would be other humans?
Okay, you guys stand there. I know it has no tactical
Yeah, I
advantage.
totally expect that there to be at least some of the creepy stuff. Remember, my favorite horror movie is Halloween, where the villain,
Mark Davies!
where the villain is just a human. I mean, yeah, he's very tough, but still.
And this guy can teleport.
And he's tough, but he's not that tough.
And he's dead!
Right, so 9 team members and a leader. That's quite something. Alright, send report, let's see. These ghost stories of yours are really doing a number on my beauty routine. Body in a bathtub? The only time I've ever woken up in a bathtub full of ice was when I made the Sultan of Brunei fill a tub with diamonds. I wouldn't recommend it. Diamonds are harder than rock salt, and they have a way of finding their way into all kinds of cavities. I was nervous in airports for the next 6 months. Thank you for telling me!
No! Anyways, give it here.
If a man needs only one kidney to survive, why does this story terrify us so? We have only thought that life was what we have and be content with what we own. The body is a remarkably resilient thing, your body even more so. Don't let yourself ever get caught by organ smugglers. They might be able to harvest you daily for the rest of their lives. It would not be a pleasant experience.
Okay, that's a horrifying thought.
Yeah. Rana.
Yeah, giving ears is something that, well, makes my neck Hester, and Cobra's boss just gave us an enriching piece of information. Right, Templars. Organ trafficking, the last resort of the desperate, the depraved, or the Orochi.
You think maybe they're behind this?
Of course it is! Think about it! They infiltrated the CDC, they infiltrated the police, they have equipment, personnel, and it's not one of our factions!
And it does not really have scruples either.
Oh, fuck them so hard! Urgh.
I'm gonna kill the fuckers.
As it continues,
These are gonna kill the leaders and anyone who tries to get in my way.
Can I help?
I want me free!
I just want to
The
continue.
more the merrier. Come on, let's kill them all. Let's kill every one of their leaders and every one of them who tries to get in our way when we try to kill their leaders.
Yeah.
And now, Rana, your turn.
I see. As I wanted to continue from this report, that corporation, and now you might agree on this part, is a moral cesspit, and as the atrocities mount up the need to cleanse, it grows more urgently daily. Perhaps Tokyo will afford us that chance. Moral cesspit. I think I agree, Mr. Sonic.
I think that he's even harsher on the Orochi than he is on the Illuminati now. Before we leave, I'll just check where we need to go so we won't get attacked while I find out.
Okay.